So in this class we discuss about conjugate complex number. Conjugate complex number. What is conjugate complex number? Suppose Z is equal to A plus IB, where A comma B belongs to set of real numbers. It is a complex number. Its a conjugate is nothing but the reflection of this number, corresponding number, with respect to x-axis. Suppose if you consider its coordinates in the organoid plane A comma B, to find out its conjugate, that is, if you represent this number in the organoid plane, this point in the organoid plane A comma B, suppose if it is P A comma B is the corresponding point of Z in the organoid plane. To find out its conjugate, you have to take its reflection with respect to x-axis. It's a reflection with respect to x-axis. Then you are getting A comma minus B. It is the conjugate. So, if Z is equal to A plus IB, its conjugate is A minus IB, because its corresponding Z is A minus IB. It is the corresponding complex number of A minus IB, A comma minus B. So the complex conjugate of Z is equal to A plus IB is denoted by Z bar, which is equal to Z bar is equal to A minus IB. That is the reflection of the corresponding point of Z, the reflection of the corresponding point of Z in the organoid plane. In the organoid plane with respect to real axis. That is, Z bar is equal to A minus IB, and its corresponding point is A comma minus B. These are the coordinates of the point Z bar. Okay. So actually, if you see this in the organoid plane, the reflection of P with respect to real axis. For example, if Z is equal to 7 plus 11i, Z bar is equal to, its conjugate is 7 minus 11i. Sorry. Z is equal to minus 7i. So Z bar is equal to 7i. Its conjugate is 7i. Z is equal to, suppose, 20. So Z bar is equal to, you have to write in the form of A plus IB. So 20 plus I into 0 we can write. So Z bar, what happens? A minus IB. That means 20 minus I into 0, which will be 20. Okay. If it is purely real, then its Z bar is the same. Suppose Z is equal to 7i plus 11, 7i plus 11, z bar is equal to 11 minus 7i, 11 minus 7. You write in the form of a plus ib and a minus ib, it's z bar. So you notice one thing, that if z is purely real, then z and z bar are equal. Suppose z is purely real. If z is purely real, if z is purely real, then its imaginary part of z is equal to 0. ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇక్కడ మనం తీసుకున్న z ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 30 తీసుకోండి సార్, ఇది ప్యూర్లీ రియల్. z బార్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంత అవుతుందంటే 30 ఉంది. బికాస్ ఇఫ్ యూ లొకేట్ దిస్ నంబర్, purely real number means it lies on x-axis, real axis. So its a corresponding point is, you write this z as 30 plus I into 0, that is 30 comma 0 is the point. 30 comma 0 is the point on x-axis, on real axis. What is its image? The same. The reflection of this point with respect to real axis means the same point. Therefore, z bar is also equal to 30. So, z and z bar are same. So, that is, if for purely real number, if f is purely, if z is purely real, if z is purely real, then z bar is equal to z. So this is one of the important point. And z is purely real. If z is purely imaginary, if z is purely imaginary, then z bar is equal to minus z. Suppose if you take one example, z is equal to minus 13i, or 13i. You take 13i. This is purely imaginary, because real is 0, there is no real number. Suppose if you locate on the Argand plane, so where will it be? It can be written in the form of 0 comma 13. This is the point, corresponding point in the Argand plane. So you will get on y axis, this point you will get on y axis. What is its reflection? It will be reflection of this point with respect to real axis. This is real axis, this is imaginary axis. So what will be its reflection? 0 comma minus 13 is the reflection. So in the Argand form, in the complex form, it is equal to minus 13i. 0 plus minus 13i. Real part is 0, imaginary part 13. So 0 plus minus 13i. Z is equal to 13i, z bar is equal to minus 13i. Therefore, z bar is equal to minus z. Okay. So z is equal to here 13i. Z bar is equal to minus 13i. That is minus of 13i means z. So z bar is equal to minus z is the answer. So for purely real number, z bar is equal to minus z. For purely real For purely real z bar is equal to z, for purely imaginary z bar is equal to minus z. And also one more thing here, you have to observe that modulus of z and modulus of z bar both are equal. So modulus of z and modulus of z bar are both are equal. Suppose z is equal to alpha plus I into beta. What about modulus of z? Root of alpha square plus beta square. Z bar is equal to what? Alpha minus I into beta. Modulus of z bar is equal to alpha square plus square root of alpha square plus minus beta whole square. That is again equal to alpha square plus beta square, square root of. Okay. Therefore, we can conclude that z is equal to modulus of z is equal to z bar. So both of them are same. If z is equal to purely real number, if z is purely real number, purely real, then z is purely real, z is equal to 4 plus 3i. It is a real number. Purely real means the imaginary part will be absent. Now you can take z is equal to 4. It is purely real number. Imaginary part will be 0 if it is not there. Okay. So what about its z bar? Z bar will be same. Z bar is equal to 4 only. So what about its argument or amplitude? Amplitude is equal to whenever f is purely real, z is purely real, amplitude is pi. Amplitude is pi or 0 or pi, because if z is purely real, then its amplitude is amplitude is 0 or pi. This is the statement actually. Its amplitude is 0 or pi, either 0 or pi. Suppose if you take any point 4, z is equal to 4, means in the complex, in the argand, you write 4 comma 0 as its corresponding point in the 2D plane, in the argand plane. So 4 comma 0, where will it be? It will be on positive x-axis, positive real axis. It is called real axis. Real axis, it is imaginary axis. Imaginary axis. So 4 comma 0. What about its amplitude? Amplitude means 0 comma p. What is the angle made by OP with respect to real axis? 0. Amplitude is equal to 0 here. So if it is suppose z is equal to minus 4i, minus 4, not I. If z is equal to minus 4, then what about its amplitude? If it is what about its amplitude? It will be on negative real axis. Then its value will be negative real axis, means it can be here minus 4 comma 0. So what about its amplitude? OP makes with real axis means this is the angle covered by OP. OP means this radius axis with respect to x-axis, real axis. Then the angle will be, amplitude will be amplitude is equal to pi. Okay, if it is on the negative real axis, the point, then its amplitude is pi. If it is positive real axis, then its amplitude will be 0. Okay, suppose if the z is purely imaginary, if z is purely imaginary, if z is purely imaginary, then if z is purely imaginary, that means it is on imaginary axis. Suppose z is equal to minus 7i. What about its reflection? Minus 7i. What about its amplitude? Minus 7 means here 0 comma minus 7. Its corresponding argand point is 0 comma minus 7. This lies on negative imaginary axis. So its angle OP is the radius vector with the real axis in the negative direction is minus pi by 2. Therefore amplitude is equal to, here amplitude for this number is equal to minus pi by 2. Suppose if z is equal to 8i, so amplitude is positive x-axis, positive imaginary axis. It is imaginary axis. Suppose 8 comma I is there, 8 plus I, 8i means it can be written as 0 plus 8i. So the corresponding point is 0 comma 8. It lies on positive imaginary axis, 0 comma 8. So what about the angle made by it with the real axis? Real axis తో 0 comma 8 అంటే OP, ఇది P అనుకున్న పాయింట్. OP అనే వెక్టారు ఈ రియల్ యాక్సిస్ ఎంత యాంగిల్ చేస్తుందంటే pi by 2. Therefore it is equal to, amplitude is equal to minus pi by 2 there. Here the amplitude is ఏమవుతుంది pi by 2. రియల్ యాక్సిస్ మీద ఉంది కదా, అందుకని pi by 2. ఎక్కడ ఉంది ఈ పాయింట్, కాబట్టి ఈ 0 తోటి ఈ ఓపీ అనే వెక్టర్ ఎంత యాంగిల్ చేస్తుందంటే pi by 2. ఓకే.